to learn about the niche I found on KDP that makes over $13,000 per month? Well, I am. I'm always amazed at how just the craziest things can really do well on KDP, and they're really niche and probably things you never even heard of. So if you're interested in learning more niches, I'm going to do a lot of niche videos. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Ashley with Publish with Ashley, and I would love to have you here. I'm live today. I haven't done a lot of lives lately, but I'm going to do a few more, and then I'm going to go back to some taped recordings because I have some stuff coming up in September. But after that, I should be live so you guys can come on and ask me questions. All right, now what is this crazy niche? I know you guys are excited. So I was looking, and what I like to do is I like to kind of look at KDP a different way. I kind of look at all the published books on KDP that are self-published. I have a link that does that, and I kind of look and see what's out there and what people self-publish and what's doing well. And I came across, let me share my screen, I came across this book, and it's Kawaii, which if you don't know what Kawaii means, it means cute in Japanese, and it's a style of writing or style of drawing. And so this book right here is what initially caught my attention, and it's I think it's 14,000 in the bookstore, and it does really well. And now it's not necessarily the one I want to show you that's 13,000, but it's what got me onto this niche. I actually like Kawaii stuff. My kids draw that. I don't draw it. I actually show you some of my drawings in this video because you're thinking, I can't necessarily draw. Well, Kawaii actually is pretty easy. They're very simplistic drawings. And the big thing is they have these cute little faces. So you can make almost anything cute if you add these little faces. So I was looking on Creative Fabrica, and look, here is cute Kawaii faces. So there's a lot of different ones. This is just one I found that I thought was pretty cute. So the idea is you just find a line drawing and add a cute face to it. Now, it does have to actually be cute, but it is a coloring book that is fairly simple to make. I want to show you, and you can actually get people to draw it, or you can draw them yourselves. Now, I can't draw stick figures, but here is my attempt at Kawaii drawing. I drew a little space alien guy, okay? Not obviously that artistic, but here's some other stuff, flowers, there's a little bunny and suns and, things for April, right? Anyway, so you can see that it's not all that complex. Now, if you look in here, I do want to show you some of this, but then I'm going to show you the 13,000. So, stay tuned because I actually did some research, but I wanted to kind of show you what the idea of Kawaii is. See, it's these like cute little, the little cat eyes, like the begging cat eyes. So, but the drawings really are not that complex. They're just, here's some like supplies that they've had cute little faces to. Here's one they've done a whole scene with. But what I actually read the reviews, and the reviews said that, this is for kids and adults like. So a lot of adults like these simple coloring pages. I know I do. I hate the little tiny ones. I tried those, but I have the attention span of a gnat when I'm coloring. And so I like the bigger, fun things to color. So I can totally understand adults who like these. All right. So you've kind of seen my artwork, and I know you guys are super interested in what I found for research. So hello to those who are live, by the way. Okay, so here is what I did for research. So I love Publisher Rocket. I think it's a great tool for doing some research and finding things you may not. So I just put Kawaii in here, and I found, here's the one that actually makes a lot. Now I know this is competitive, Creepy Kawaii Coloring Book. Let me show you the book on that. So Creepy Kawaii Pastel Goth Coloring Book. Now, can you get more niche than that? That's like so niche, right? And it's going to even do better and better as, it comes to be October because creepy, that sort of thing. But it is super niche. And look at the sales. This person on a $7.99 book is making $13,000 a month. And they just published this last year. So I did some research. There are some people who publish some different things or similar things. There are some people who are making decent sales. Even some of the ones down here, this one's like 7. Though I think this one I kind of looked at, it's a little more adorable. It's less creepy, right? So it's not hitting the niche quite right. So you've got to kind of look at that sort of thing. But it does have a decent competitive scale. We're going to go back to here, 85. But, it gets decent searches. There aren't that many competitors, But you could make something fun and different. And like I said, something just got published last year that's making 13,000 per month. So if you have a skill or you think this is kind of something you might be interested in, do check it out. But here's the thing about Kawaii. What I wanted to really point out is, yes, this niche is making 13,000 per month. At least one person is. But there are lots of things that you wouldn't think of. So I kind of went down here. Let's see what we go. Crocheting, not very useful. School supplies. Kawaii kitties. So there's less searches, but it's not that competitive. There was some more down here. I have no idea what this is, but apparently there are searches for it. So, I don't know. Kawaii animal family coloring book. Okay, that one's really competitive, but Kawaii animals and Kawaii animal coloring book, even spelt wrong, though it's easier to apparently rank if you spell coloring right. Now, I'm not talking about the OU. They just actually don't have it spelled right. Let's see. Or maybe people are typing it incorrectly. Okay, so this one I think is kind of cool. Kawaii, I cannot say this word, but I know what they look like. Axolotl notebook. They're the little amoeba-like things that live in the ocean. And look, like 250 for Kawaii, however you say that word. 259 people are searching per month for this, and it's not that competitive. So there's the strangest things in the Kawaii, like it's very niche-y, right? So do a little research, see what's on Amazon, maybe see what's selling on Etsy, like people have drawings or that sort of thing, or just even check out a few Facebook groups of people or YouTube channels of people who really like Kawaii drawing or what Kawaii people are into, because I wouldn't think Kawaii creepy goth whatever would be a thing, but it is. There's even down here this, because it's close to Hawaii, I get a few Hawaii things in here which totally don't make sense, but whatever. Kawaii goth coloring book, so a little bit less competitive. So they're using that as a keyword. Kawaii girls coloring book, right? That one's not too bad. 491 searches and 40 competitive score. So you could be able to rank on the first page on that. Okay, so there's some really like small things here that maybe don't necessarily have as many searches or many people, but like competitive score of, Kawaii Japan or what was it? Kawaii cat composition notebook college ruled. Okay. Someone's making 246 a month. So it's not that competitive. Like once you start like drilling down into like college ruled, wide ruled, things like that, you're going to find a smaller niche audience, especially composition notebooks, wide ruled or college ruled. Those are going to be something that they're looking specifically for. Like I had to get wide ruled notebooks for my daughter. And then my older ones, it had to be college ruled. So knowing things like that about niches and paper and notebooks is important. Here was the one down here about like Kawaii strawberries. Let me find it. Here's the Kawaii goth. Okay, Kawaii pastel goth coloring book. That's a specific name for that one. You can definitely advertise against that if you're into this niche. Advertising against that would be good. Okay, here's down here. Kawaii sketchbook for kids. So not a huge audience, but it does have it. You could get in there, and there are people making money. Kawaii strawberry notebook. Here's one. So Kawaii strawberry notebook. That is super niche, right? And it has a competition score of 30. There's not that many people searching, but someone's making $325. If you look into these, you can kind of see why. I bet this is, they had fruit. So I'm sure it was like a Kawaii fruit or treats or something. And then they had strawberries prominently posted all over or used strawberries in their keywords. But there are people searching for that. Kawaii unicorn composition notebook, right? You thought the unicorn notebooks were dead, but apparently it's moderately competitive in there. I guess I hit Hawaii vacation notebook, which apparently, if you're into Hawaii vacation notebooks, lots of decent amount of people searching and not that competitive to get in. I just thought that was interesting. I clicked it. Anyway, so my point is you can find a niche like Kawaii and then kind of drill down and look at different aspects, Kawaii food, Kawaii. I didn't know goth was a thing with Kawaii, but there you are. Kawaii strawberries, Kawaii unicorns, Kawaii. Do a little bit of research into it. Find what groups and what's trending, and you could really hit. I know. My kids are really into drawing in the Japanese style. And so it's been a big thing for the past, probably longer than that, but I at least know about 5 years. And it's been getting bigger and bigger and bigger. The whole anime, oh my gosh, libraries are full of anime and kawaii and that sort of stuff lately. And so if you can find a trending thing, like someone found goth was a trending thing in Kawaii, then you can really do well. So anyone have any questions? That's kind of all I had for today. But I wanted to make sure I showed you that there is someone, like I said, doing super well with Kawaii pastel goth coloring. I don't know pastel, if that's something with goth, like in the sense of, is it go specifically, or they just have it, you're supposed to color it in pastels. I'm not sure, but you can do some research and figure out what exactly is the style or the things people are looking into. Okay, any questions? Does anyone have anything else? I'm happy to answer your questions since I'm live today. If you guys don't have any questions, that's kind of all I have. I thought I'd love looking at niches. So I am going to do a lot more niche videos because I know you guys really enjoy them. And I always come up with some really crazy creative things. I have about 4 more when I was doing research last night that I was like, I didn't know this was a thing and it's really big. I'm always surprised. I know I do my research a little differently. I kind of look at lists. I also do research on Etsy and see what's kind of trending on Etsy that may not necessarily be on KDP yet. So I do a lot of kind of different things to look for niches for you guys and see what's kind of out there or trending or doing differently. So I have some stuff coming. All right. Oh, advice for a beginner. Okay. So my basic advice for a beginner is, first off, start doing a few notebooks. Do a few like composition notebooks or notebooks to get started, right? Everyone wants to, you can jump in and do some big project really early, but I think it will frustrate you. So I would start with make 5 to 10 notebooks, except that they probably won't sell and they probably won't be your best work, but that's okay, right? It's okay. That's a learning thing. Think of those 10 notebooks as just learning how to put things up, creating the right sizes and putting them up on Amazon. And you may get lucky. You may actually pick something that maybe you know something about. I do actually know something about this Kawaii realm. So maybe I would do something with this. If you don't, pick something else, but pick something you know something about, at least to start with, so that you have, you might get lucky and you might sell something. But after you've done your 10 notebooks, kind of figure out what types of things you enjoy. Do you enjoy travel? Do you enjoy creating books on that? Do you enjoy log books? Are you a very detail-oriented person? So maybe log books or something like that. Are you a creative person? Quote books do really well. That's I actually do I do a lot of 365-day quote books. In this, it's quotes I've made up. So it's not quotes I've pulled from other places. I actually pick something, a subject, and then create quotes on them that ask questions. So it's like a quote / a question, like inspirational, and then ask the question so that people can delve, into deeper meaning about themselves. I do well with those. So that's what I've been working on lately. I've got up to March. I finished March. I'm into April. So got a few more months to go before I finish all 365 days. But figure out what you enjoy and what you like to create, maybe a specialty you have, and then focus in and really learn about the niche and niche down. So like if you were really interested in Kawaii or something else, like go on message boards, go on Facebook, go on the internet and look and figure out what the keywords are, figure out what people like, figure out trends. Spend a little bit of time and create something that really resonates with that audience. Like I said, I think this one down here, oh, you can't see it, but it was the cute, creepy Kawaii. It didn't really do well because it missed what creepy Kawaii people were looking for, to be creepy, not necessarily. I know kawaii means cute, but it's also kind of a style of that bubbly art. So, it wasn't what people were looking for. So you want to understand what you're creating. But first I would start with making some notebooks. Composition notebooks are selling right now, so it's worthwhile to make a few of those and see if you can sell some. And it'll give you a basis. So that's kind of where I would start. Start with something that's easy, get the process down, and then create something based on something you know something about, because and that you enjoy creating. If you enjoy creating quotes and being, that's great. If you're more analytical, maybe you logbooks or something that's, a little bit more analytical. So it just depends what you like. Okay. How do you start on Etsy? They deleted 2 stores after I added 1 product. Oh, so Etsy is a big thing right now. I know Etsy wants you to open a store with like 10 to 15 items, and they want you to keep adding items. So what everyone's been telling me with Etsy is they want you to touch your Etsy account every single day. So the best suggestion everyone had with Etsy is to have, before you even open your store, create like 50 items, 100 items, which sounds like a lot, but if you're mixing and matching things and depending what you're creating, it might not be as hard as you think. So get a good basis, open your store with like 10 items, and then add an item each day, because Etsy wants you to be literally in your account touching something every day. So you can upload everything as a draft on Etsy, and then actually publish, go in through and publish. So you could just publish 1 a day. So you can upload, maybe 10 at the beginning of the week, and then each day publish 1 or 2. And then, so you don't have to like actually write them all in one day. You could spend Mondays putting all them up. And then on Tuesday, you just go in and hit publish on one, maybe, change a few words around. On Wednesday, you hit publish on one, that sort of thing. So you really can like front load your work and then just touch it every day. So that's kind of the Etsy advice I have. Hopefully that makes sense. Any other questions? Anything else I can answer, help people with? If not, I am going to go, and I will see you all next week. I have another, I think I said 4. I think I found about 4 new cool niches. So I thought I'd do some of those. I do want to sprinkle some more in with Etsy. My mastermind group and I are doing a bunch of Etsy stores. And so I will share what advice I have for you guys on what we have learned and what we're learning as we go through. We're hoping to have some stores open for Christmas, and we'll see how all that goes. All right. Well, hello, Facebook user. I can't see who you are because you didn't give me permission, but thank you for being here. I will see you all next week, and I'm so excited to be back live for a little bit. Oh, do I run ads on new books? Yes, I do, but I also I've done this long enough that I kind of know what will sell and won't sell. So I think most people maybe have like a 1 in 10 success rate. I think maybe even worse than that, maybe a 1 in 100. I think it's the more experience you get, the more you know what's going to sell, right? At this point in time, I have a whole line of things that I know everything I put out is going to sell, because actually I have an email list too. So I email people and it sells. But I kind of know. So yes, I do ads on new books. If you aren't very experienced, I would still, if you have money, I would still do ads on new books, but I would limit your ad spend to very low. I would put 10-cent bids to start, because 10-cent bids will keep you from spending too much, but it will get your product out there and see if people like it. The nice thing about the 10-cent bid, it doesn't get you too far out there, but you can kind of test to see if like you get 20 clicks and no purchases, I'd probably stop the advertising, right? Because people aren't, it's getting out there, it's being clicked, but people aren't necessarily doing that. So you could look at the product, see what you'd want to change, or just stop ads. Some things just don't sell. Some things you think will sell won't. Like I said, I have a pretty good success rate with what my core things are, because I know the audience, I know what I'm doing, and I kind of have a little bit of an audience. So I always get a few sales from my email list. But sometimes they don't sell. Sometimes I put a product out there that I thought would do really, really well, And I think I've had 5 sales, which I was really sad about. But I think it's more of a Christmas item anyway. So I think it's sales are going to pick up a lot more with Christmas. So I'm hoping, at least. I'm also going to do some more email advertising. So send out to my email list and say, hey, this will make a great Christmas gift type thing. So I'm hoping to pick up some sales that way. But yes, you can do ads on new books. Just I would start really, really cheap so that you don't waste a lot of money. Okay, that's it for today. But I will be back live next week. I will be back live, and then after that, I'll probably have some videos just up for you guys that are pre-recorded. All right, thanks. See you later. Bye.